Hello everyone, Wes Gal here with the Cardinal Coaching Solutions podcast. Welcome back. I am really excited to explore the title of this episode. Part of Elvis has left the building. Yeah, I wrote a piece about this and I'll be sure to include that here in the show notes. But I really like being able to just explore these different mediums of communicating between writing, podcasting, video. It's fun for me and it's good learning and growth for me as well. And so I'm hoping that you're finding some value in it. But part of Elvis has left the building. This came up in conversation recently. Again, I have to give credit to who is now maybe the unofficial co-host of the podcast, and that's my friend and fellow coach, Terrence Coel. This came up in a conversation. He was asking me a little bit about just my past, my history, my story. I've shared that here on the podcast. And so if you've been listening, I won't go into great detail. But I made a significant career change about four or 5 years ago. I left one industry altogether, nonprofit space, and stepped out into the unknown. And so he was asking me about that. And I think the question was something along the lines of, how did I know when it was time for me to leave? The job that I was in, the industry that I was in, how did I know that it was time for me to leave? And without even thinking about it, I've never said this before, but what came out of my mouth was, well, part of me had already left. Part of me was already around the corner. And I knew that I had to go catch up with that guy. Yeah, and as soon as I said that, both of us realized how interesting that was. Just a different way of framing the tension there. So I want you to imagine, let's play a game. Just go with me here. You and I are standing next to each other. We're in a room. Maybe it's your living room. Maybe it's your workspace. Maybe it's your office, your cubicle, wherever that may be. Or maybe it's a gathering space for where your tribe meets. Whatever. We're standing next to each other, and we are bound at the hip by a bungee cord. You've got it around your waist. I've got it around my waist. But there's plenty of slack. There's lots of rope, just sitting on the floor. We're standing next to each other. I start taking a few steps away from you. You don't notice anything yet. There's still plenty of slack. I take a few more steps away from you. Still not much. Maybe you can feel a little bit of that, just awareness that, it's around your waist. But now I take more steps away from you. Now there's no slack. It's not tight. There's no tension, but there's very little slack. There's nothing on the floor anymore. All of the rope, the cord, whatever it is you call it, is now suspended in the air. It's parallel to the ground. And now I take a few more steps away from you. Enough steps to where the rope between us is taut. There's no slack. Now you can feel it. You can feel that pull around your waist. And now I take a few more steps. Maybe I walk around the corner of your cubicle. I walk around the corner of your office. Yeah. And now you feel it. Now you feel that tension in more places around your body. Maybe you notice that your legs are having to flex, your knees are having to flex in order to keep from falling over. Maybe you're feeling it also in your lower back. That's flexing. Maybe even all the way up in your shoulders, even your arms as you're bracing yourself against that pull. And inch by inch, the further I get away from you, the tighter everything feels. Or let's just say, the more expansive the sensation gets for you. You can feel it on your body. Yeah. I think that's what happens to us. Or at least I can say that's what happened to me. I finally realized, and when I say finally, let's just say it was probably a year. I felt tension. Now, not the same kind of tension I'm describing, nothing around my waist necessarily, but certainly in my gut, I felt, let's call them symptoms. I felt symptoms in my gut. I felt it in my psyche. I felt it in the fabric of my identity. yeah, I started dealing with anxiety that I had never known before in my life. I started having panic attacks. I was depressed. All of these symptoms started showing up. I had in that moment, I had no idea why. Looking back on it now, I've got some awareness and some language where I can say, yeah, I'm pretty sure a part of me had left. A part of me had said, enough. I'm not doing this. It got up and left. And the further away that part of me got, the more tension, strain, symptoms that the rest of me experienced. Until finally, let's just say a year later, all that I knew was, I can't do this anymore. All that I knew, and again, I didn't have this language then, but all that I knew was, I got to get up and go find that part of me that left. Yeah, I got to get up and go find that guy. Now, this is where things get really, really interesting, because of the moment, and again, I'm speaking for me. I'm not saying this is true for all, for all of your stories, but hopefully there's something here that's landing, that's resonating. The moment that I decided I've got to go find that guy, and again, didn't have that language, so I was to say, the moment I decided I knew I can't do this anymore, immediately there was another part of me that stood up, kind of put his hands on my shoulders as I'm wanting to leave and going, no, wait, settle down, slow down, don't do anything rash, don't make a bit. In fact, that part of me had been pushing on my shoulders for the last year. Yeah. And of course you can imagine that creates even more tension, because let's go back to our metaphor of we're connected by this bungee cord. I've walked many, many paces and feet away from you to where you're feeling tension on you. You're feeling pull. And now someone else enters our metaphor, our hypothetical scenario here, and pushes against your shoulders, braces you so that you won't follow. And now, of course, you're feeling even more tension. You're feeling tension against you and on you. Oh, yeah. That's what it was. For the last year, another part of me had been standing up, pushing against my shoulders, going, no, slow down. Don't go looking for that guy. Don't leave this job. Don't leave the tribe. Don't make these changes. Don't rock the boat. Don't go further. That's not for you. That's for other people. Yeah. It's scary out there. What are you going to do? You've got family, responsibility, kids, mortgage. All the reasons were endless for this other part of me. And now let's imagine, at this point in our lives, we've all probably interacted with those people. If we just stay with this imaginary scenario for a second, we've all known those people for whom the cord finally broke. That shell of a person that is just punching in, punching out. There's nothing left to believe in. There's not a spark there. That's really, really scary. Doesn't mean all hope is lost. But I knew I didn't want to be that person. I knew that part of me that was standing in my way played a role. I know you're protecting me. I know you're wanting to keep me from pain. And so I didn't want my energy towards that part of me to be adversarial. I have to conquer you. If we give it the name fear, I want you to come along. Let's go. Fall in line. Come with me. Let's go find where that other part of us has gone. Let's go find out what he's up to. Who is he? Why did he leave? What does he envision? I've been talking a lot about the hero's journey, and I think that is a really interesting way to capture the call. Yeah. Maybe some part of you has left. They've left the building. Maybe just now you're realizing it. Maybe that tension you're feeling is them calling out to you. Come on, catch up. Let's go. And maybe you've been feeling fear standing in front of you going, no, slow it down. Don't rock the boat. Let's get curious about that. Let's define the relationship with fear. What are they protecting? What can you appreciate about them? Listen, if any of this is landing with you, shoot me an email. Wes@cardinalcoachingsolutions.com. WES@cardinalcoachingsolutions.com. I would love nothing more than to explore this with you. Let's find out. Let's get into a call. It's free. See if it's right for you. See if I'm right for you. Let's find out where that other part of you is gone. Let's find out what they're up to. What would it look like for you to go catch up? Thanks again so much for listening. Have a wonderful day. We'll do this again soon.